As vaccination rates increase across California, schools are feeling ready to fully reopen. Governor Gavin Newsom urged schools to prepare for full in-person instruction, and organizations have pushed for schools to fully open. In February, Summit Prep announced its reopening plan and shared its 3-phase plan with students. On April 1st, teachers welcomed their first small group of students back to the prep building. Then on April 22nd, 25% of students were welcomed back as a part of Phase 2. As of now, 100% of prep students who preferred to return to school have been accommodated. Although teachers have struggled with the rush of returning students, the transition has been smooth for the most part. Here are what some of the prep teachers had to say about the reopening and the new way of teaching.
Well, since we're all separated into pods and the last phase just came into school, we all stay with our pods, so you're in the same classroom most of the day except for during lunch and some SDLs we can go outside, which is nice. We have about 14 kids in our pod, and it's been really nice to be in school and actually see students. The school is separated into different zones, so the pods stay in their zones and we'll stay in the classroom most of the day. And so we're working in our separate classes, but we're all in the same space, which was a little awkward at first, but we definitely got used to it, and now we just talk and it's totally fine.
Our pod has anywhere between probably like 7 and 12 people, depending on the day, and some days some students are absent, other days we got the full pod going. It's pretty quiet. Mr. McClure is the other teacher in the room. And we kind of rotate in terms of who's teaching at one time or if we're both teaching at the same time. But it's kind of like really nice to get back in the building in terms of seeing some of the students, be able to have a little bit more support. But then also, of course, we have the majority of the students are on Zoom. So that's kind of how the pod looks.
How are you liking the pods so far?
It's really nice to be back. It's really nice to be back in the building. I was getting bored at home. Well, a lot less students. It's a lot quieter. And it's still online school, so it's kind of interesting to sit in the back and be teaching people that are in my class but are taking my class over the computer, even though I can see them.
Yeah.
That's been interesting. That's definitely different. But no, we're thriving over here. It's been good.
And is there any specific story that you have or anything that you extremely like about it?
Well, I do like when we get to go outside for lunch and kind of take breaks, and honestly just like to be able to see some of the students who I haven't seen since last year. I mean, some of it's been over a year since I saw some of the people. Kind of get back to what school is all about, which is building some of the connections and relationships and actually being able to kind of see someone who is interested in learning about my class or some other class. It's just a lot better to do that in person.
I love the snack cart.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of the snack cart. That's great. We have in room 7, and I wish y'all could come hang out because we have a pretty aggressive, pretty intense games of hangman. And I normally, pick some really long scientific word that nobody gets. They don't seem to like that very much, but so we try to have as much fun as we can while still getting our work done. Let's finish the year strong, whether you're still at home or whether you're in the building, and go Huskies.
While some students were glad to be back at prep, about 70% of students decided to remain home. To get a deeper understanding of why students decided to stay home or return to prep, we asked students what influenced their choice.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm a sophomore at Summit Prep.
So why did you choose to come back in person?
I just thought the separation from home and school would be good for me.
Okay, and what do you like most about being back?
I like getting to see my friends that I haven't seen since we left school.
Is there anything that you don't like?
I don't like how strict they are with some things, but they did get a little bit more lenient.
Is there anything that you think the school could do better to improve in-person school?
I think maybe just a little less strict on some things like lunch, but other than that, it's like fine.
And why would you encourage other kids to come back in person?
Just because it's still school, and like, again, it's good to have a separation, I guess.
Hi, my name is Gladys. I am a senior and I am in online school.
Okay, Gladys, why did you decide to stay in online school instead of returning to in-person school?
Well, currently my dad's the only one working and my mom's taking care of, us. So if I get sick at any point and I come home, I could transfer that to my family and we won't have someone to be able to take care of the house and the people inside. So, yeah.
How do you feel about online school?
It feels rough. It's just not fun. I thought, starting the pandemic, it was going to be a little bit easier because I have my own schedule, kind of. But it's really boring, and it takes a lot of energy just to want to do something. And yeah, that's mostly it.
Do you feel like you connect in the same way with your teachers and peers now that you started online school?
Oh no, I have not. They haven't even seen my face. That's how bad it's been. I'm very self-conscious when it comes to just staring at a screen, looking at my teacher, and everyone staring back at me. I don't know. It's just weird to me. So I would rather have my camera off. That means I don't have a face-to-face conversation with my teachers. I don't have that same energy that as a student and teacher to be able to learn from what they are talking about. It's been rough with that. So I would say it's been very disappointing that I have not been able to have that one-on-one connection with all of my teachers.
Summit Prep has decided to continue with online classes through the rest of this school year, but it is unsure if Prep plans to fully reopen for in-person learning next year. If the school does fully reopen next year, students want to know what safety measures will be implemented, how safe will students and faculty be, and what will the future of in-person learning look like.